Valley Radio rocks as your concert station. TRAPT, Headstrong, big hit from about 20 years ago. And we're excited to have TRAPT back in Texas coming up this weekend, Saturday, August 19th. Cooters Pub down the road in Eagle Pass, or you can catch them Sunday, August 20th at the Rec Room in San Antonio. And this is exciting. With me on the phone from TRAPT, Chris Taylor Brown. What's up?
Well, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Man, it's good to have you on the phone here, and we're excited to have you guys back in Texas. Now, first of all, if I'm not mistaken, you guys are originally from the West Coast, right?
Yeah, grew up in the Bay Area, California, where the band, me and our bass player, we played third grade baseball together. My dad was a assistant coach, that kind of, growing up together kind of thing. Same guy who started the band, two guys in the band from, it's been over 20 years now. Crazy. Just growing up there, and then we spent a lot of time in L.A., which bands do when they go out there and try to get a record deal. And then I've been in Ohio since 2016.
Whoa, wow, cool. Man, little known fact, I actually lived in Toledo, Ohio for a while. Interesting.
Oh.
I never talk about that, but that's cool. Yeah, Ohio's a pretty cool place, too. It's kind of chill.
Yeah, man.
Well, very cool, man.
It's a lot like Texas in a lot of ways, I think we're like-minded over here in Ohio and Texas, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, so how often do you, I think you guys were actually here in the spring, but tell me some of the things that you love about coming back to Texas. Give me the reasons.
Oh, the people are just so gracious and just nice. When you've lived on the West Coast, and especially something like L.A., where I think Los Angeles is a place where people were like, I feel too big for my town, so I'm going to go to L.A. or New York City and make something of myself or whatever, and they rarely do. It's hard to do, right? So you got a lot of people that are a little bitter, and I think in Texas, people are just not bitter at all. They're grateful for what they have. And I think that when you're around people like that, you just have a much better time.
I think you're right, man. The West Coast and East Coast, it's like they're a magnet for that certain type, and you're right. They don't all make it, and they all think that they're a big deal, and you got to deal with all those egos and everybody kind of being too cool for the room. And so
I always say about humbling yourself. It's not so much like so people don't think you're a jerk. It's so you don't get hurt every day. Mm-hmm. It's like if you feel like you're entitled to all these things and you're not very humble, you're the only one who's going to get hurt by that. No one else cares if you get what you want. So I think being humble and just not being entitled, it just helps you in your everyday life.
Absolutely true. Well, again, now, Chris, outside of just the people in Texas, where do you guys, whenever you guys visit, whether it's Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, are there any Texas places you guys like to visit? Some must-stop places in the Lone Star State?
Like in every city, there's just great Tex-Mex food. Mm-hmm. My mom's side came from Mexico in the 50s, so I'm big on Mexican food in general. So I just love the food. It's like you the barbecue. It's just something about the way Texans know how to make food. So
absolutely,
food and the people for me. And it's like I always go and try to find a new place. So like every day, wake up. First thing you're like, I gotta get some food, maybe a beer or something like that, and you gotta go and find something, and you get to walk around, check the city out, and all that kind of stuff. But I just try to make it a point to check out every downtown and check out what they got to offer.
Fantastic. Again, we got Chris Taylor Brown from TRAPT on the phone. TRAPT has a brand new album coming out at the end of the year, from what I understand, called The Fall. But let's go and rewind, because we just played Headstrong, the big hit. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys have been celebrating 20 years of that self-titled album. How has that been going on? And can you believe it? You guys have been around 20 plus years.
Yeah, man, it's great to have a song like that, the whole music industry, it's like they don't try to help me too much, when they're like, you got a big mouth, kid, so you need to, and I'm 42, so, but they kind of make you feel like a kid no matter how long you're in this business, But it's just, we're at the point now where we can just be independent, and we've been like that for 10 years, for a decade, for half of our career, we've been independent. The first half, you need some help, right? You got to get your name out there, and when you have a song like Headstrong, people want to go check it out. New fans, younger fans, they just stumble upon it, and then they go check out all our newer music. So it's great to have a song like Headstrong, because people go, oh, that's cool, I remember that song, and then what do they got now? You know, that's exactly what people think. So it's just a beautiful thing to have that song going so strong over the last 3 years, really. I mean, this song got even bigger. I mean, it was like for a couple years sitting flat in 18, 19, and then I don't know if it was my big mouth or what, but the song just blew up in the last few years. And I think that's just my personality. And if I see something wrong, where I feel like, well, these people are being lied about, or these people are being hurt in some way, like it's hard for me not to throw my hat in the ring and say, hey, you know, because I'll just feel bad if I don't, you know.
Man, okay, so let's go and talk about that. We're talking about some of these weird social media, you know, controversies you've been involved in, and it's weird because nowadays, if you just have a differing, you know, original thought, differing opinion, then you get called right wing, fascist, Nazi. You get called racist for anything that you say. It's crazy.
I own a tour bus, man. So you know, economically speaking, you know where I'm going. You know, it's like I'm a small business owner, the whole 9 yards. It's like I'm not like anything else besides those things. You know, and so it's just funny how when you go out there and you try to defend people, or really just when people are unfairly being lied about, or you know things are being told about people that are just making whole groups look bad, then I feel like I have to say something about it. And then there's just a lot of those things, and I think it's that a lot of media in general want to be lockstep in their message. And if you disagree with that publicly, you're a problem. You're a thorn in their side. And I think that's the deal. But we got new music coming, so at this point, I mean, it's been all year. I've just been music only. You know, it's like there's people coming out there out of the woodworks and doing what they can do, and I'm watching them and going, great, I'm going to focus on the music and let you guys go and fight this battle, you know?
Well, now, one more quick note on that social media thing, because you guys started right around the time like MySpace was really happening, and then we've evolved to where between streaming and social media, between the Twitter, X, and the Facebook stuff, that social media is a big part of it. And I almost feel like, and I think you're a good example, that social media and political correctness has kind of taken the rock and roll out of rock and roll in a lot of ways. Has that benefited you, or is that you feel like you're just constantly being beat down?
Well, I mean, that's what this new album's about. I mean, it's everything that I've gone through. And it's like, if no one is allowed to say anything, or else they, get troll farms coming after them. And who knows who's running these troll farms, right?
Right.
But a lot of it looks fake to me. But, you just got to look at that and do what you can do that's constructive. So that's what I'm doing now. It's like, if you do these posts and you cause commotion or you cause controversy, it gets you something, right? But I think that if you can do it with a song, it's just that much more powerful. Like you look at Jason Aldean, and his new song, Try Out in a Small Town. I mean, it did something. It caused a big reaction, and a better reaction than any post he could have done. And I think that, because he could have done a post about it, the same lyric, using the same, topics, but he just chose to write a great song about it. So I think that's where I'm going. I mean, things happen and you react to it, right? So that's all I've, as a singer of TRAPT, have been doing. You go up there, you react to things. The universe throws something back at you react to that. And I think at this point we've got this great album because of all that people coming after me just for my simple opinion, And I think it's unrelenting, really. But that kind of having to feel like I be the bigger person and not getting these troll fights, just kind of step back and step back. I mean, when people are ripping you for this or that, it's going to cause some kind of emotional reaction, but better to save it for something constructive. And that's what this new album's about, the fall. And like I was saying before, that if everything is, you can't speak anymore, it's kind of like we may be on our way to the fall, all that kind of stuff. So when you hear the record, it's just everything about what we've been going through and the things that maybe I couldn't do one way, maybe we can do another way,
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like lyrically it's going to be a really interesting content. Musically, what direction are you guys going in? Any changes in your musical style or production value?
The music is on another level. I mean, in 2018, I went out and started doing acoustic shows, just myself and the guitar, and maybe like some percussion. Drummer would come out and with me, and that really honed what I do. as a craft, as playing and singing at the same time and having, complex music, and then also having, a complex piece of vocals on top of that and doing it at the same time. I think doing that, like redoing all the TRAPT songs and trying to incorporate all of the different pieces into just acoustic guitar and vocal, a little bit of rhythm. And I think that really helped, doing that over 4 years, really helped the last year and this year's writing. And I wrote 4 songs in April just this year, and I was like posting them on TikTok and all that stuff. And it's probably the best 3 or 4 songs that we've done. So really excited to get all these stuff out, get all these songs out to people. But we're dropping a new song every month until the album release. So lots of new music coming.
Now I know the album's supposed to be out late 2023 is what you're saying. Is there a specific date yet set?
Yeah, it's basically like it's basically like the Friday, between Christmas and New Year's kind of thing.
Nice.
So right around that, maybe the first week of January. So basically right at the end.
Very cool. Fantastic. Again, we've got Chris Taylor Brown from TRAPT on the phone. A couple of big shows coming up this weekend. This Saturday the 19th at Cooter's Pub in Eagle Pass. And then Sunday, if you miss that, Sunday, August 20th at the Rec Room in San Antonio. Uvaldians can make a road trip to either or both to check out TRAPT. Now, as far as the live show, I think you guys were here back in the spring and it was an acoustic thing. Is this going to be another kind of acoustic thing, or is it full band, or what's the rock delivery this time?
We're going to be doing the full band, because this is like every band when you got a new record, you want to try out the new songs and see how they're going, because you're still tweaking stuff, right?
Yeah.
So this tour right now, this August tour, we're trying to play 4 new songs during the set and really get them tight and see what people think and ask them about it and all that stuff, and that's just a fun time. So that when November hits, we've got November, January, February, we've got like 50 or 60 shows. And that's just going to be the big push, and then dropping the record in the middle of that.
So obviously you're really cool to get out to the clubs and kind of, pound the pavement that way. But any plans maybe for next spring or next summer for like a big package tour? I know you guys ran with Papa Roach back in the day. You guys keep track of any of those bands from the heyday that you guys want to jump on and do a big show with?
Well, we did Make America Rock Again 2016. And I came up with the idea of Make America Rock Again 2016 and then 2017. So we got tons of great bands on those shows. We got Drowning Pool, Scott Stapp. We had Saliva, Saving Abel. Just a bunch of bands. That were in not like Papa Roach level, but under that. So we put together a really cool tour for those 2 years, and you could see that I was already kind of getting annoying the music industry just by doing those 2 tours, right? So what are you gonna do? But so we're going to definitely do that again. So 2024, we're just putting the feelers out there, seeing who's wants to join up and join forces and kick some ass. So we're looking, talking to Josie Scott, Saliva.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Enable, Tantric, bunch of bands that we could. I was talking to Tommy Bex as well. He was the Bad Wolf singer who also put his hat in the ring and got kind of beat up. But I hope that he gets back out there and starts kicking ass as well.
Well, hey, man, let's talk about the band for a minute. Now, you guys have had a few lineup changes over the years. I know, like you said, you're solid with the bass player ever since childhood.
Yep.
Who's rocking with you guys now, and what do they bring to the band?
We got Sean Sunshine. He's just a great guitar player, and such a great dude and a great cook. And Mitch, he's at least got to be one of the top 2 drummers we've ever had. We've had great drummers in this band, so he's right at the top of anyone who's ever been in this band, and can do songs like better than some of the drummers that we've had. So we're just excited about this lineup. The show, we've had this lineup for a year and a half now, so it's solid. Our shows are better than ever, and we've got these new songs that I cannot wait for everybody to hear. And of course, we're going to play all the songs that people have grown to love from TRAPT as well. But we got a big long set, a lot of great songs. So we're really excited. There's not a lull in our set, in our show.
Fantastic. I do got to say this real quick. Shout out to Uvalde's own band, Surge, a local band from right here in Uvalde, is opening up, warming up the stage for you guys. So I urge everybody to get there early to check out the Uvalde band, Surge, performing in Eagle Pass over at the Cooter's Pub show. And hey, do me a favor, give a shout out to Surge. I know they'd love to hear that.
Oh yeah. Serge, I cannot wait for you guys to open the show and blow these Trap fans away, and they're going to give you all the love. Don't worry about that.
Thanks, man. We appreciate that. Again, the shows are this Saturday, August 19th, Cooters Pub, Eagle Pass. Then Sunday, August 20th, Rec Room in San Antonio. We're talking to Chris Taylor Brown of TRAPT, celebrating 20 years of their self-titled album. They do have a brand new album called The Fall coming out late this year or early next year, and a new single coming out later this month called Bulletproof. However, the newest one we have now is called Can't Look Away. I guess since you've given us lots of time here to get excited about the show, let's go and get that one on the air. Tell me about Can't Look Away. Give me some information about it, backstory.
Can't Look Away is just kind of how I feel about everything going on around me that I chose to speak about before, but now I'm just going to be doing the music about it. But yeah, I mean, it's just hard to, keep myself away from all the news and all that stuff that's going on, but it's like I can't look away. I got to know what's going on. I may not talk about it, but I like to know what's going on in the world I live in,
Fantastic. And now all these songs that you guys are putting out monthly, these are all going to make up the new record when it comes out, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know.
Fantastic. Looking forward to that. Again, Chris Taylor Brown of TRAPT, thank you so much for checking in. We're so stoked about the shows. Again, Saturday, Eagle Pass, Sunday, San Antonio. Make one or both if you can. TRAPT.com. That's TRAPT.com for tickets. Any other social media or stuff we should follow as well?
Yeah, we're on TikTok at TRAPT Music. We're on Facebook at TRAPT Band. We're on YouTube at TRAPT Official. And on Truth Social, we are at TRAPT.
And you got to find the official ones because there's lots of fake accounts out there. Everybody's trolling.
It's just funny. Like, why do they care so? That's what everybody needs to ask themselves. Why do they come after so hard if they call me irrelevant? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just too funny, dude.
You got a target on your back, man. But we love it. We appreciate the fact that you guys keep on rocking. Here it is, the newest song by TRAPT. It's called Can't Look Away, and this is Uvalde Radio Rocks. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.